Alright, welcome back to Kiesel News, everybody. So today, the first story that we're covering is Warner Bros. Discovery is apparently considering splitting in half, with one half being for cable-related stuff, and the other half being related to streaming stuff. First of all, I don't know how they could even go half and half, because they don't even have that much of a cable presence overall anymore. No one really does, because streaming's so big now, so I doubt that they could go half and half, but in terms of them actually splitting into two companies, I don't see what the point of that would be. But, I mean, it's to save money, obviously. So if it would mean that less people's jobs would be cut, then I guess go for it. Why fucking not? It's not really going to harm us as the consumers if we have two separate companies. I don't know why the fuck Warner Bros. Is doing so bad, man. Like I know that it seems like everyone's laying people off right now and shit, but Warner Bros. Is doing especially bad. Like, you hear something new every day. Something new gets canceled, or someone new gets fired. Like, just stop already, dude. Perhaps their plan is to split into two different companies so that the cable asset company could they could have an excuse to put less money into that one by saying like, oh, you're not our main company, you're not our main priority, that's why you're not getting more funding or something. But yeah, I don't know how the split would really save them a whole lot of money. Zaslav said it would, but I don't really see how. Thomas Matthew Crooks, the Donald Trump shooter, was apparently searching pornography as his last fucking search before shooting Trump. Oh my fucking god, man. I think it'd be hilarious if he was watching fucking like Trump deepfake porn too. Like that's what, dude, what if that's what set him off? So imagine he was watching some porn and then he saw like Obama put his BBC into a fake Trump or something, and it pissed him off so much that he was like, Trump, how could you do this? And then proceeded to shoot Trump. Alright, a little bit of an update on the Cody Ko situation. He has lost 280k subs across both of his channels at this point, and it's nowhere near the James Charles situation, where he lost like over 3 million, but damn, 280k is nuts. And he still hasn't uploaded, and it's been like, what, 6 days at this point? Yeah, and he usually uploaded like every 2 days. So, yeah, I definitely wish he would just address the allegations. That would clear a lot of this up so much. Another interesting bit, too, is that one of his podcast networks on TMG has even decided to part with TMG because of this. So it just shows that this is going to go beyond Cody here. Like, it'll probably affect Noel as well. Noel hasn't uploaded anything himself in, like, a week. He uploaded that Company Lot episode, but since then, nothing. So I'm sure he's dealing with some shit as well. Once again, Cody, just fucking address it. Just talk about it. It's nice to see that The Boys finally has a concrete plan for its ending, as Season 5 is now confirmed to be 8 episodes long, and it's apparently set to release in 2026. So I think that'll give them enough time to work on these 8 episodes. And the movie, if that's still being planned, could come shortly after that. And hey, maybe the movie would come out at the same time as fucking Avengers Secret Wars, and then we could have a new Barbie vs. Oppenheimer with The Boys versus Avengers. What wins? A superhero parody or an actual superhero movie? Speaking of The Boys, perhaps a more interesting story was that a disclaimer was added to the Season 4 finale for fictional political violence due to the recent events. You know what I'm talking about. Now, obviously, this isn't more interesting, but it's just funny that shows have to add disclaimers like this. Like, obviously, this is fictional. We're watching a fictional show here. Good news for the Phineas and Ferb revival, as apparently Dan Povermeyer was in tears after seeing the first episode. If that's true, that is very, very good news, as usually reboots, especially of cartoons, do not tend to go well. But it seems as though Phineas and Ferb may actually honor the show's legacy. I'm honestly so excited to have Phineas and Ferb on the air again, because we've had so many Phineas and Ferb memes and stuff, but it hasn't really been on the air at all for any of them. So the potential that we have to actually see some new memes while the show is on air is probably what I'm most excited about, aside from the show itself. I guess the fact that it's a revival and not a reboot is good too, as it means that we probably won't get too many retreads. Like, obviously they'll probably try and do like makeshift sequels to some of the older episodes, but that would still be interesting in and of itself. All in all, I'm just excited to check this out when it finally releases. Alright, next up, the Halo series has officially been cancelled by Paramount+. Now, I am not shocked at all by this. I'm shocked that it even made it to Season 2. But I did think that everybody thought that Season 2 was better at least than Season 1, right? So I don't know how it got Season 2 greenlit, but not a Season 3. Especially since Season 2 did end on a cliffhanger to imply that Season 3 was coming. But apparently we are still going to get Season 3 in some form, as it's currently being shopped around to go to a different network. But who knows if another network is even going to take it. It could be like the situation with the Transformers Legacy animated series that was meant to come out for the brand's 40th anniversary, but it got cancelled because Netflix passed on the pitch after the reception to the War for Cybertron trilogy, which I thought was great. Fucking, I don't even like Transformers that much, but the War for Cybertron trilogy on Netflix was so good, and I was so disappointed that the sequel never got made. But they tried to ship Legacy off to another studio, and it's still cancelled. No studios picked it up, so the same thing could happen to Halo. Although, I do believe Halo was at least more popular than War for Cybertron, at least in terms of audience reach, maybe not critical reception. Unfortunately, even if Season 3 doesn't happen, it likely doesn't mean that we'll get more effort seen put on the game division, and that's the only real positive that I could see coming out of this. As even if Halo Season 3 was going to be bad, I mean, I'd still like to see it. If anything, it's more bad content to laugh at. Like Halo Season 1 gave us the infamous Master Chief sex scene. Despite how bad it was, I still love it because of the memes that it created. Kevin Feige is going to get a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. About damn time. Regardless of what you think of Marvel now, and if it's fallen off or not, Kevin Feige definitely deserves some more recognition for everything he's done for Marvel, in my opinion, so I'm very happy to see him get a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Not much else to really talk about with this one, though. After all this time, we're finally getting a Naruto and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover comic. Holy shit, that's actually pretty cool. I can't believe I've never really thought about that before, but it makes total sense. Now we just need an anime crossover. Let's fucking put Shredder as a new Boruto villain or some shit. Alright, next up, we have Netflix saying that they will never go with any potential bundles with any other streaming service. Now, I think Netflix definitely has the leeway to be able to do this, as they are definitely up there in terms of the popularity with streaming services, but they may have to consider bringing down their goddamn price then, because if we're going to be getting discounted prices essentially while having multiple streaming services in one package, then having Netflix only cost around the same amount is definitely going to entice people to switch to something else, especially in the growing streaming market. Alright, for our last bit of news today, there's been some rumors going around that Joe Biden might drop out of the election race as soon as this weekend. Now, I severely doubt this myself, because I mean, he's been in office for this long, right? If he was gonna go out for the backlash that he was facing due to essentially having dementia at this point, he would have done it a long time ago, as people have been criticizing him for, it's pretty much ever, even before he went into office, people were criticizing him for how he constantly forgot shit, and he constantly stumbled upon his words. So I doubt that he would exit now, especially this close to the election, when he's already began debating.